walk. I'm going busting that fine. This boy. No, you can't have my precise location. Well, who for what? No, I didn't ask y'all to do that. I don't know why y'all asking me that. What's up? Anybody in the chat yet? Let's say one person was good. Double tap that screen. Let's get this thing popping. We're about to spam some hearts in this chat for a second. Yeah, we about to get the boy cracking the white way. Some members gonna wet you up, ocean spray. No matter where they at, they gotta hold it. Uh-huh. What's that? Alright, peace, love, health, and wealth, our tribe. Like and subscribe. Help your boy break away from that 9 to 5. My name is not important, but what is the fact that I'm coming to you on behalf of Sacred Self Wellness Center with a heart is to send for healing. Understand that when you come here, this is Spa Day for the soul, chicken noodle soup for the spirit, Manny and Petty Day for the ego. Understand that when you come here, this is a hard hat area and self development is a construction site. So, with that being said, if you would like to inquire about any of my services, including but not limited to what's in the description box, please hit me up for a free consultation, okay? As well in the description box, you will see all pertinent channel information, including what to donate, how to donate, where to donate, all of that good stuff. All right, Natalie B, what up, Natalie? How you doing? So, if you would like to be added to the list for a free or donation based reading, only thing you got to do is type "I got the keys." Type "I got the keys" to be added to the list. Please do not post your question until your name is called. Once your name is called, I'm going to ask you, would you like a free or donation based reading? And then you can go ahead and proceed to tell me if you would like a general or if you would like uh, a specific question answered, okay? So, as per usual, I want to say thank you to everybody here. All right, Natalie, I got you first on the list. I want to say thank you to everybody who's here. I want to say thank you to everybody who's going to be here and everybody who's going to watch on the replay, okay? Um, I am going to get started with our daily collective reading. This is for May 8th, 2025. All right. Yeah, can y'all get some hearts in the chat, please? 4 green hearts. I'll explain them real quick. All right. So the reason why we use 4 green hearts on this channel, well, the number 4 holds a very significant weight in my life. Well, the number 4 means balance and stability, law and order. It means peace, love, health, and wealth. It means the 4 elements that we balance to create the 5th, and also the number 4 represents the heart chakra, the 7th chakra system. Thank you, Nightbot. Um, so why green hearts? Well, the color green also stimulates the heart chakra as well. Okay, so we are the Vibe Tribe, and we operate off of that love frequency, right? We figured out the key to healing was the heart, like Tony Stark. All right, and so with that being said, with me being a Reiki Master, Yoga Master, all of that stuff, I really truly believe intention is one of the keys that unites all of the world is human intention, right? Um, And so with that being said, when we use those four green hearts, we use our intention for the best. Okay. Um, so I was just shuffling some cards. And these two came out. I'll address them in a second. All right. But like I was saying, so that's why we use the four green hearts here. We use them to greet people, to love people, to welcome people, all of that good stuff. Okay. So now that you have been officially initiated into the Vibe Tribe, it is now your right and responsibility to love, welcome, and honor and cherish others the way we have opened up our arms and welcomed you. Okay, so congratulations to all of those who've just been initiated. Okay, um, expect to see significant changes in your life. Okay, by being initiated here at the Vibe Tribe. So these are from an Oracle deck. Um, Now the Oracle deck is heavy with romance theme, but also it has wonderful, wonderful, wonderful cards in there. And I really just like to use this deck just as a general, feel for the current energy, okay? So going into Friday, okay, going into Friday, leading off today's collective reading is finality and clarity, okay? Double tap that screen, y'all. It said we had 21 people now, not 13, now 5. That's all cool. Double tap that screen, y'all. So finality, this card says farewells leave behind closure. And then the next card says clarity with truth, intentions, and honesty. So far what I'm getting from here, and I can't find either one of my tarot decks, is we are moving on from a situation or a circumstance where things might have been uncertain, unclear, um, just downright confusing, right? And so now it seems like we could be stepping up to the plate, and in particular for ourselves, but it seems like we could be stepping up to the plate right now and really, really causing tower moments. That's one thing I've been telling a lot of people to do recently was initiate tower moments. And I think I'm starting to see it come to fruition. Double tap that screen, y'all. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. If you would like a free or donation based reading, only thing you got to do is type I got the keys. Okay. Type I got the keys for a free or donation based reading. Okay. So um let's see if Tarot has anything to say about a situation or a circumstance that we could be um, moving on from, right? We moving away from something and we moving towards clarity, maybe. Maybe finally we seeing things clear, right? Um, oh, something is really going on tonight. I got the keys, the keys, the keys. What up? All right. So welcome in, y'all. If y'all would like a free or donation based reading, only thing you gotta do is double tap the screen, hit the like button, and type I got the keys. All right, type I got the keys. So if you just come in there, we got the finality card and the clarity card. All right. So what I like to do with this deck is I like to take the words here or phrases and I like to mix and match them to see what makes sense, what resonates with me, or what resonate with. Okay, so we got two people on the list, just so you know. All right, you the second person. Finality and clarity. So we got truths. I'm sorry, truths. Where did I? Oh, that's on this card. Pharaoh, leave behind, and closures. And then we got clarity, truth, intentions, and honesty. So what I interpret these two cards as the initial current energy, especially with them jumping out, is we could be moving away from a situation where we was blind to like particular intentions or something like that. And now that we've chosen to move forward, spirit is confirming that. Or this could be a push for some people to go ahead and get through that door, right? To push through that threshold. Um, so So the first card that we got from tarot tonight is going to be the moon card. Now remember, this is a major arcana card. Now major arcana cards are going to be cards that's going to run a major theme in your life, no matter if it's going to be fast and hard or slow and gradual. This is going to be a card that's going to run a solid theme, a prominent theme in your life for weeks, months, and even years to come. Okay, so here, the moon card is the number 14, no, 18. I think that's it. Yeah, 18. I don't know where I get 14 from. The number 18. So 1 plus 8 equals 9. Okay, so if we got anybody here from KP's research team, then can I get the meaning of the number 18 in numerology? Okay. So if anybody can bring me that, that'd be awesome. So while we building up the number 18, I want to break down the symbolism of the card. So welcome to Sacred Self Healing Center's Tarot School for the Sacred Emissaries.com world premiere. All right. So in tonight's lesson, what we're going to learn is the moon card. Okay. So mm, so I just want to say something. This is a full moon phase, I believe. All right. But what's really important here, and this is your homework tonight. How many rays is coming off the moon, and what those rays mean. Also, I think I'm not gonna say it, but these little fires, right? These are like embers, these are fires, but they also are letters in the Jewish alphabet. Okay, thank y'all for liking the video. I appreciate that. So what I want y'all to do is count these and see what these symbolize as well. Okay. So like in many cards, there is a path here that's going uphill. So in tarot, when we read in uphill, when we see mountains and stuff and there's a path, this just means that there's going to be some sort of ascension happening in your life. Okay. So this crustacean is coming out the water with an exoskeleton, if I said that right. And if I didn't, please excuse me. And so what that represents is this person is crawling out of their emotions because we know elementally water represents emotions. So they're crawling out of their emotions, right? And they're seeing people, places, and things for who they truly are. And they're taking the middle path. Okay. So write that down, middle path. Now, how do we know it's a middle path? Because we got the two pillars of the tree of life here, right? And this is hidden in the cards a lot. Okay. So severity and mercy. I think mercy is on this side and severity. Boaz and Joseph. I think Boaz. So I think severity. No, I think mercy and severity is how it goes. Um, and so the key here is to be able to walk the middle path, meaning that you are able to go to the the dark side or the light side or whatever side you need to. Right now, the canines here, this one is more wild. Cameraman, please zoom in, representing like an untamed dog. And this one is more representing like a modern day house pet. So what this symbolizes is the fact that people, places, and things, situations, and circumstances are going to be who they are. Right now, we might have been growing recently, and now we see things from a different light, which is okay. But the thing is that no matter what's going on in your environment, no matter if you got to choose the path of severity or mercy, right? You need to develop tough skin and you need to be able to see the world for what it really is. Okay, so the moon card is representing truths being revealed. I'm sorry, but the problem is that again, remember we had two cards that jumped out of the oracle deck, which was finality and clarity. So that message is being echoed right now. So let's pull a couple more tarot cards to see where. Ooh, okay. So we have another major arcana card, and this time it's the number 10 representing the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. So the number 10 is like a gateway number. It's the transition of zero meaning nothing and infinity meaning everything. Um the transition between zero, well, first of all, zero represents infinite possibilities. It doesn't really represent nothing. It represents the chaos realm. But it can appear like nothing to the untrained eye. And one being singular is you. So that when we see a 10, it's all about you tapping into your infinite potential. That's why you're a dime. That's why you're the perfect 10. That's why you're the one. Okay. So when we're talking about the Wheel of Fortune, I always ask the question to the listeners or the patrons or whatever who's getting a reading, um, to say, well, first of all, I say this. I say the wheels of fortune is turning on the car of destiny. My question to you is, where is it going? Okay. So while we trying to get information about clarity, I'm starting to lean with these cards, and I'm going to pull another one as I talk. Nine of Pentacles. I'm starting to lean towards. We don't need to really talk about the past right now, right? Nine of Pentacles is a fulfillment card, right? Hmm. Give me a second, y'all. So, in short, when we see the Nine of Pentacles, this is fulfillment on the earthly realm, right? This is the cars, the clothes, the whatever it is that you bargain for, a house full of plants, right? Whatever it is that you want. Um, the Nine of Pentacles represents that. All right. The Nine of Pentacles represents you seeing something in your mind and bringing it to fruition. So let's take a moment of silence and let's recall something that maybe we saw in a commercial, or maybe we just came up with something in our mind. Like, hey, I want to do this. I want to try this. I want to create this thing. And we brought it to fruition. This is going to be very important moving forward. So let's go ahead, deep breathe, right? Sit up straight or lay down, but whatever you're doing. Oh, my system resetting already. I need to get into it. Um, I want your spine to be straight, and I want us to just deep breathe, and not really a specific amount of times, but I want us to just inhale for a few seconds and exhale at least double the amount of time that we inhale. And I want us to just feel our bodies relax and sink and all the tension be removed from our shoulders, right? We are soldiers. Our shoulders, our chest, our stomach, our legs, right? Some people they ball their toes up, right? Some people they cross their legs. Some people, they tap their feet. Some people hold stress in their stomach, right? When they inhale, they don't literally inhale, meaning their stomach stay flat. They breathe very shallow, right? Some people feel stress in their shoulders, their arms, their fingers tap, their eyes twitch, whatever it is. I want to remove that. I want to go ahead and let that go. Whatever that trigger is and whatever that response is, I want to let it go. Okay, it's gone. Okay, so let's focus in on something that we brought to fruition, right? For me, I got 1,600 subscribers. Less than 3 years ago, 2.5 years ago, I had zero subscribers. And through the ups and downs, um, and by all means, there's a lot of ups and downs on my channel, so go back and look. But through all the ups and downs, I'm still here, right? I went from gaining 500 subscribers in 1 month to losing my channel completely for almost a month, right? Back to back. Like I've been very raw and vulnerable about some of the abuse that I've had in my life, whether I was abusing alcohol or whether I was being physically abused. Um, I beg for forgiveness for all the things that I've done that, left a bad taste in other people's mouth. I've been very raw and I've been very real on here, man. And that's a part of the reason why I can't let this channel go, man. Because out of all the channels I made, this is the one for real. This is the one. So I'm gonna make sure I'm turning that into something. But I see the chat moving. My bad, y'all. But give me 1 second. But but yeah, what is something that you brought to fruition? Maybe you went to college, right? Maybe you sacrificed and went to night school to get a degree, to get a dream job. Maybe you saved up money to get a dream car. Maybe you travel 500 miles to get a dream house. You know what I'm saying? But let's take a moment and just think about some of the times where we didn't know where we was gonna eat or sleep or whatever, and somehow, some way, we made a way. The Nine of Pentacles is about your physical manifestations coming to life. Like not just the feeling of it or whatever. It's like I got this deck of cards. I can touch it. I can feel it. Um, Zooming out of this Nine of Pentacles real quick. What I'm seeing here so far in these five cards, sorry, my tripod leaning to the left out. But what I'm seeing here is we're starting the day, maybe Friday, right? We're starting the day with victory. I really like that. For to substitute this finality word, I'm gonna put victory on it. So we're starting the day with victory, and we're leaving behind things that didn't serve us. Right? There's a mask here, right? So maybe somebody was hiding, hurting, and not sharing. Maybe somebody was struggling and not asking for help. Maybe somebody was in a situation where they was loving and didn't feel loved. And whatever the case is, it's over with now. And yes, the memories is going to last, but the memories is only there to remind you, to keep you safe so you won't make the same mistakes twice. And if you having emotions associated with memories that you can't fight, and then you get stuck in negative thought loops, hit me up for a free consultation, okay? I'm a more than just a tarot reader. I'm a life coach, ordained minister, all that good stuff. So yeah. Um, so we starting up today with a fresh. You received a deposit. Where did I receive a deposit from? Anyways, um, farewells leave behind closure. We're starting the day fresh. Whatever happened in the past, when our brain reminds us of it, recognize it, say, okay, but this mistake isn't going to happen again, and leave it behind. Okay, this mask to me is representing us stripping things away and being vulnerable. And saying, hey, hindsight is 2020. And hey, maybe things wasn't perfect, right? But I'm going to make better tomorrow. I'm going to make better today. For some reason, I feel like we're seeing things clear. We're seeing things better. Maybe it's from a new perspective, right? Maybe we've had a wake up call. Maybe we've had a confirmation. Like I said, there's not a Pentacles is here. Maybe we've recently brought something to fruition. Maybe it was something that we always hoped, and now we're seeing it, right? And now it's giving us that battery, right, that we need, that energy that we need to continue on the path of ascension, whatever that ascension is for you, right? And so we got the Wheel of Fortune card here, um, coupled with the Moon card, smashed it between the Moon card and the Nine of Pentacles. So if I could take this Moon card out, right? Um, what I'm seeing here with these two cards is whatever we've been hoping for, whatever we've been bargaining for, praying for, petitioning for, begging for, waiting for. Neon, what up, y'all? I'ma check out the chat in a second, y'all. My phone froze. It's behind. It ain't froze, but I'll check it out in a second, y'all. I'm almost done. We're gonna pull one card for the best course of action, then we out. So what I'm seeing here is that there is an emphasis for us to focus on survival, in particular, stacking our coins up. Um, Speaking of that, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, donate to reciprocate. Double tap that screen and hit the like button, y'all. To be added to the list for a free or donation based reading type, I got the keys. So far we got at least 2 people on the list, and I'll check the list again when we get done with the collective reading. All right. So the Moon card, Wheel of Fortune, and the Nine of Pentacles. So with the Clarity card and the Moon card, what I feel as though is that we're finally getting to the root of a problem, meaning that there's a root that's been within our spirit, our soul, our mind, our psyche, or whatever. And this is a deep seated maybe trauma or something like that that has blossomed. It has grew like vines, right? And it blossomed into what some people call negative personality traits. But I don't like to look at it like that. I like to look at it as survival traits, right? Um, and so what I think is that whatever this persona, whether it was somebody else feeding us a dream or whether we was believing a lie, that we was telling whatever, what I feel as though is that us choosing to walk away and move on, like we see here in this card, is going to bring us clarity. And so, with that clarity, truth is going to be revealed left and right, up and down. And I really feel like the truth that is going to be revealed is going to help us dictate our path, right? Now, these messages could be on the clock, on the billboard, license plates, um, wherever. You know what I'm saying? You can overhear a conversation in the grocery store, and it could have been something that you and your homie was just talking about. Whatever the case is um, these are going to be clues to let you know that you're on the right path. Okay, and if I was you, I would focus on some sort of abundance, whatever you need. If you set financially, then I would look to create a situation or a circumstance where you can help others so you can reap the benefit tenfold. But there is elevation here in us on the earth element. There is elevation. There is prosperity here. There is, I mean, you can't, when you're talking about money, right, and tarot, you really can't, well, prosperity, not just money, but for most of us, it could be money. But it just can't get no better than this, right? The Wheel of Fortune and the Nine of Pentacles. Um, It really, I don't know what else to say. It gets better than this. Oh, nah, nah. Um, Focus in, play the lottery, invest in the stock market. Um, Go out, start that business. Whatever it is, I don't know what my other deck of cards is. I'm sorry, y'all. But whatever it is that you've been thinking about doing that's going to bring you some sort of prosperity, go ahead and do it. Um, Pray for money. Ain't nothing wrong with praying for money, meditating on money. We need money to survive, right? We can't go to a grocery store and say, huh, take this prayer. They gonna be like, ma'am, sir, that'd be $1,000, please. All right, let me see what the chat talking about real quick as I shuffle up the cards for the best course of action. All right, y'all. So if y'all want to donate, go ahead and donate. I'm trying to stack up for a new tarot deck. I need some other stuff too. Pooja, Namaskaram. Little bit. What's going on, little bit? Little bit, where you at, little bit? Susan, you back too? What's up, Susan? Who else we got in here? Glowy Kenny. What's up, Glowy Kenny? He talks to demons, just saying. Oh, we. Who talk to demons? That's what I'm curious about. And the Keith, what's up? Keys, you still in the building? Who else in the building? Nobody? Ain't nobody in the building? That's how y'all feel? Everybody left me? All right. So best course of action, real quick. So it looks like there's an emphasis on money right now. Technically, are we in Taurus season? No, or are we past Taurus season? Yeah, I think we're past Taurus season. I don't know where we at. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I have no clue. Matter of fact, I think they pulled a Powerball, or they already pulled it maybe an hour or two ago. I think like an hour ago. Y'all been playing that Powerball? Good luck. That's one thing I miss about Michigan. I ain't even gonna lie. You could play the lottery right there on your phone. I was cashing out. I ain't even gonna lie. I wasn't hitting big, but I was hitting more than what I'm hitting now. I guarantee you that. All right, here we go. So I got one card. It's the Wheel of Fortune. Focus on y'all money, man. I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else to say. Have it okay, I do know what else to say. So whatever happened in the past, whether it was a relationship, whether it was a whatever, we moving forward right now. And that's what really matters. So as we move forward, it's going to be very, 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 very important. It's going to be very, 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 very important. It's going to be very, 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 very important for us to visualize and have a clear plan for success, right? I think I'm supposed to say clear, but visualize too. If there's going to be a very listen, every single detail to how much your dinner going to be. If you looking for money and you want money, you need to make sure you got enough money for everything you want, not just to pay your bills. But what if you want a steak sandwich? You know what I'm saying? What if you want a new car, right? Let's dream big. I always tell people when it come down to praying, manifesting, whatever, be realistic, but dream big, bro. Like I'm 35. I'm not going to the NBA. It's just not going to happen. But that don't means I can't become a millionaire. That don't means I can't drive a Corvette. You know what I'm saying? Like I might not be able to dunk a basketball no more, but it definitely ain't that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, best course of action is the Wheel of Fortune. Focus on your money, right? I am rich. I am peaceful, loved, healthy, and wealthy. All right. So double tap that screen, y'all. I see we got 4 people in the chat. Um, We got late night tarot readings, free and donation based readings. We got general readings. You can ask a question. If your question is not a good question, then we can figure out something. Um, let's see. All right. So Key Let Lamu, you said really what? All right. So can I offer you a free or a donation based reading? Um, and would you like a general reading or what? Oh, you still here, Natalie? All right, Natalie. Can I offer you a free or donation based reading, Natalie? And would you like a general reading or would you like something a little bit, in depth? All right, so go ahead and let me know what you got going on. But I'm gonna need you to drop some hearts in the chat since we doing a free reading. All right. I need a new deck. I know what card this is. This the Two of Wands. I need a new deck. Come on, y'all. Donate to the channel so I can get a new deck. This card all broken. A reading on your love life. What do you expect to get on your love life? Are you single? Are you dating? Are you stalking KP? What's going on? Talk to me. I'll talk back. Come on, y'all. Can I get some green hearts in the chat, please? That chat looking so dead. Come on, man. I need some hearts in here. Come on, y'all. What's up? So, what's off with your partner? So, ain't nobody gonna put no hearts in the chat for your boy? Nobody? So, what do he say when you ask him? I don't want to hear what could be. You let me figure out what could be. No, I'm just joking. No, but what do he say when you ask him? What do he say when you talk to him? So, what proof that you got that there is a third party? What proof that you got of anything? That's not proof. I mean, he could. I mean, he could have a midget fetish like that. Like, I don't know. That's not necessarily proof. I need to know like text messages, phone calls, perfume, panties. I need something real. So, how long y'all been together? So, what do he say when you ask him about his phone or whatever? He just say like, "You insecure, leave me alone." How old are y'all? I think that's very important. All right, so I don't want to pull a card on this situation until you sit down and try to have a conversation with him one more time. All right, and the reason why is because I want you to give him a chance to put everything out on the table. Um, as a tarot reader, I know I got a great responsibility when I pull cards for people. People make decisions based off of what I say and don't say. Well, I don't know. It could be many different reasons for that. I would love to talk to you like on the phone to really understand what's really going on, some of the nuances of these situations and circumstances. But at the very least, if you can tell if he's unhappy. My only thing is that I want you to make sure I want you to make sure that you're not the catalyst. I want you to make sure that you are doing everything that you can do or supposed to do. And if the relationship still don't work, then I want you to worry about what's going on. But as of right now, tonight, the little piece of advice I want to give you about that is that make sure you doing whatever you got to do, right? Make sure you washing up every day. Maybe make sure you changing your socks every day. Make sure you cooking every. You, I'm just joking, but for real, make sure no stone is left unturned. Because my whole thing is that whenever a relationship is over, you got to be able to look at back at that relationship and say, I did everything that I could do in the moment, and whatever I couldn't do, then I won't make the same mistake twice. But I really want you to have a conversation with him. And I want you to use like I statements and stuff like that. And I want you to get a feel for what he's saying. And I want you to tell him something like this. All right. Right. I hope you're writing this down. I want you to put it in your own words, of course, but I want you to say something like this, like, um, I really love you, but I'm really afraid because you don't seem happy. Or I'm really afraid because I feel like I don't make you happy. And so when I try to talk to get clarity, it comes down to an argument and a fight. And so I need to draw the line in the sand to say, whatever the problem is, can we start working towards a solution? Or do you need time to think about it? Or are we breaking up? What's going on? Because I can't operate in the gray area. I don't like it. I don't like the hot cold on and off. Right? Listen, ma'am, I hear what you're saying. I'm not saying that you haven't done anything, but me as a licensed practitioner, I'm giving you very specific instructions so you can come back to me and so you can get your next step. All right. I'm not dismissing nothing that you've been through. I'm not saying that you don't try. I'm not saying that you haven't tried hard enough. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is that let's put things front and center right here, right now. Not right here, right now with us. But what I'm saying is that give it one more go, but you're giving it a go with a new perspective. You're giving it one more go, but from a different person's point of view. You're not the same person. From the moment that you heard my voice, you was never the same again. You understand what I'm saying? So now that we actually working towards solutions, see, we really, I mean, I ain't gonna say we don't need the cards, but in this situation, I don't want the cards right now. I don't want them right now. And the reason why is because uh I just want to make sure that when you come back to me, we can go ahead and shake this thing off totally. That it ain't no misunderstandings, ain't no ifs, ands, buts, or what if he changed or none of that. You know what I'm saying? You said it's been a year. He doesn't know how to communicate. Then may I have a general reading? Yeah, you can have a general reading, but if it's been a year, right? If it's been a year, then I won't say that it's been so long that all potential is just gone, but it's not so fresh that everything, you know what I'm saying? Like y'all are at a very specific place in y'all relationship. Y'all are at a very specific place in y'all relationship where y'all can decide amicably to either continue or to get counseling. That's what I would recommend, or just move forward. But I got a sneaky suspicion that you're not compatible with this guy. I feel like you're making this work instead of letting it flow. I feel like y'all not compatible. That's what I really feel. I feel like y'all not compatible, and he don't know how to tell you that. I'm actually feeling quite disgusted right now. I ran to go get something to drink, and I saw some fresh fruit in there. I'm like, let me get a couple pieces of this fruit. Mm, got me a pineapple chunk. Candace Owens gonna have content forever. All right, Natalie from Nebraska, you still here? You know what, Natalie? To be honest with you, if I was you, I'll go back and look at that collective reading as my own personal reading. Now that I think about it, the way that reading shaped out. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think you know what I'm about to say. I ain't even gonna say it. Mm. Okay, Natalie. So what I will do is this. I feel like you've been under a lot of stress. I feel like you've been under a lot of stress. I don't know why, but this Hawaiian punch is so good right now. Jack, what's up, Jack? What's up, Jackie? Hey, y'all, make sure y'all go follow Jackie. And if there's any other content creators here, make sure y'all pull up. All right, Jackie. If you would like a free or donation based reading, please type I got the keys, all right, to be added to the list. So make sure y'all double back and check out that collective reading that I did in the beginning. It started at about 3 minutes and it went on to like 48. No, I'm just playing. But so I'm reading for Natalie right now, and then we got one other person on the list so far. So I'm that yeah, I really feel like, especially that release that I was saying, releasing the bad and focusing on your power of manifestation. I'm really thinking that I really think you can benefit from that reading, especially how that reading started off. And I was trying to get more clarity, and it kept giving me more stuff to it was giving me clear messages, but it wasn't what I was looking for. So that might be a hint, a clue. Um, I'm gonna pull you two cards real quick, and then I'm gonna pull you a best course of action. The two cards are just a general reading, just to see what's going on, and then this best course of action. I think this is going to be like a new anchor for you to rest your mind on. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so the first card we got here is the devil, the death card. I'm sorry, number 13, the death card. All right, major arcana. Second card we got here for your current energy is the king of swords. Wow. Okay, quick turnover, fast transformation. So um these could be two aspects of you, what I'm seeing right now. So the theme of my channel is for 2026, the theme of my channel is superseding your potential. All right. I'm going to talk about that at length, sprinkled out throughout the year. But we have a focus on superseding potential on my channel this year. And so this is an area of growth for you, not just for you to achieve things, but to go above and beyond what you thought was possible. Please excuse me. So the death card is telling me that we need to go ahead and initiate tower moments. Okay. Now, I'm not going to say it. I want you to take your time with this reading and figure out how do the energy of this reading coincide with whatever I'm going through in my everyday life. So, with the first card being the death card, this is a call for you to grab control of your I am. Okay, your I am is a little bit out of whack, maybe even a little bit pessimistic. And so I want you to grab control of your I am. And I need you to grab your I am with a bunch of clarity. Like we would I think really that reading definitely can resonate with you earlier because we got the the Wheel of Fortune card came out twice, but it's after somebody moved on. So how I'm looking at that is that after we ended the situation, we that's what I was saying earlier. We're getting down to heavy, deep rooted stuff. And the things that we're healing right now is going to clear up a lot of other things that we probably didn't even know was associated. Right? Let's just say we got an anger problem and we work on our anger problem. Then next thing you know, we might fuck around and hit the lottery. Like, and the reason why is because maybe our anger was holding us back from attracting the people, places, and things, situations, and circumstances we wanted or needed. Even if we had the right mind, even if we had an idea of what we wanted, there still could have been barriers up, right? And sometimes us healing removes barriers, right? So what I mean about a quick turnover is after the death card comes, you have the King of Swords. And so the King of Swords represents the double air element in tarot. The double air element, well, the air element itself represents like thoughts, communication, ideas, beliefs, etc. It's really dealing with the mind. The air element deals with the mind. So that's like your crown chakra, third eye, and your throat chakra. You know what I'm saying? Um, the King of Swords is someone who's highly intelligent. This is like a person with like a doctorate degree, or you know what I'm saying, a prominent member of society, etc. I just heard a. Did y'all hear that too? I just heard a car beep, a car horn beep, beep beep, beep beep. Anyways, I don't know. Maybe that's significant for you. I heard it in my right ear, but whatever's holding you back right now, and I want you to look at you, not nobody else, not outwardly, not tonight. I want you to focus on you tonight. Because remember, we need to clear our blockages to make sure we a good fit for whatever situation or circumstance we catch ourselves in. So we need to go ahead and remove some blockages, whether that's an anger problem, a worry problem, a cheating problem, whatever kind of problem, stealing problem, whatever kind of problems we could have, right? we need to we need to go ahead and fix those things within ourselves, and then once we come to terms and grips of what need to be fixed within ourselves, then we look outwardly in the environment. Okay, so another thing that I'm getting here in this message is that you're being called to be a leader right now. You're called to be a trailblazer. I don't know what it is. Maybe it was something that was suppressed in you. Maybe you wasn't like an initiator, like a party starter, and now you're being called to go above and beyond your normal everyday thing, or your normal habits. So I'm shuffling up for best course of action. I know you've been waiting for what, an hour. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep it moving. So is there anything, any light that you want to share about the reading? Any confirmations? Any, hey, you way off? Okay. So you need to meditate. Most importantly, you need to set the intention of what am I doing and why? And where am I going in the future? And the reason why I say that is because you got the seven of cups. So the seven represents mastery, but it also represents the ability to show your mastery by overcoming challenges. Right? The number seven represents the seven chakras. It represents completion. Right? Think about seven planets, seven oceans and seven seas, seven continents, seven fingers on my right hand. Right? This is my left one. Right? But that's my pimp hand. That's why my smack's so strong. I got extra fingers. So to me, the seven of cups is saying that you need to stop wondering, stop guessing, stop trying to figure things out, and you need to go and be decisive and definitive about the next chapter in your path, on your path, in your book of life. For real, I want to get another one. I like having a Rider Waite deck and another deck, but to be honest with you, I want the holographic deck, but I just want better quality. And I think I might want this Hanson Roberts deck. I want a Native American deck. I want a spiritual deck, like a Native American deck. I got a Native American Oracle deck, but now I want like a Native American tarot deck. So double tap that screen, hit the like button. If y'all can't donate, it's fine. Just let one commercial play for at least 30 seconds. And if you really want to support the channel, click on the link associated. All right. So, all right, I want to go ahead and close this out because it's been an hour and only my second reading. I did the collective reading and now. So So the best course of action is, I know a lot of people when they see this card, they say get your head out of the clouds, and that's fine. But my thing is that if your head is in the clouds, then let's make sure we making good use of our time. And one way to make good use of our time is to get solutions. And so what I think the solution would be for you was to look clearly at all of the options that you have on the table and choose one. Now the thing is that sevenfold GD at the door. So just because you choose one option, that doesn't mean you can't come back for others. So I don't know how well you know the tarot cards, but I think it'd be a good deep dive for you tonight or in the morning for you to figure out the symbology of all seven cups here. And I want you to see which one you want and need in your life. Right? Well, if you make your needs your wants, then you good. So figure out which one you want in your life. Right? And maybe it's two, maybe it's three. I don't know, right? Kind of like the Five of Swords, where he took five and left two. So, I mean, the Seven of Swords. Oh, am I drunk? Did I say Five of Swords? I'm sorry. Just like the Seven of Swords, where he took five and left two. So, what I'm telling you is that here we need to be decisive about the next chapter of our path because it's going to be directly tied to those twin um Wheel of Fortune cards that we seen in the collective reading. All right, four people, four likes. Double tap that screen. I should have at least 8 likes right now. Five people here. Come on, we should have at least 9 likes. Come on, y'all. All right. So best course of action. Figure out what the future looks like. Figure out what do you need on your path right now. And then hopefully by the time we talk again, we could go over that. That could be your homework, and then we could figure out what's going on with this relationship. Now, again, like I said, with the cards that was pulled, this Death card and the King of Swords, um, you're called to initiate a tower moment. You're being called to end something, and you're called to take charge, to take leadership in your own life. All right. Now, only you know what areas in your life you can step up and take charge in. So I don't want to be too specific, but I just want to inspire you. I want to inspire change. I want to inspire growth. I wanted that pink one. I did want that pink one. All right, Sleepy Joe, where you at? Where Lamu at? All right, can I offer you a free or donation based reading? And can I offer you a general reading, or do you have something specific in mind? South of fans drinking mud, nigga. No matter how rich I get, I'm still gonna be a. Welcome to Dreamville. Yeah, it does. Okay, so the first card you got here in your general reading is going to be the Eight of Swords. You know what? I had a slow start to the morning this morning. I'm in the central time zone too. So by the time I got my day started, I started having clients and stuff hit me up. So actually, I put one of my clients on to your channel. Hopefully she pull up one day. I don't know. But I did stop in and say hi when you had your collab. I did see your collab. Okay, so the first card that you have here is the Eight of Swords. Okay, so the eight represents action. All right. When you turn the eight sideways, it's a subatomic particle in motion. All right, called oscillation. Oh, oscillation. 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 Okay. Now, when we're looking at the swords, remember, whenever we get in a tarot reading, the sword card is I think or I know. Okay. So there's some action that needs to be taken on the mental plane for you. All right. And so what I'm thinking is that there is still maybe some intrusive thoughts that's bothering you, that they could even be paralyzing you to a degree. All right. Also, this could be dealing with shoulda, coulda, wouldas. This could be dealing with regrets. This is dealing with any mental process that is causing you to be maybe in a fearful state or whatever. All right. The symbolism in this card, symbolizing that a person is trapped on their own volition. Jackie, is that a good way to break that card down on a simple term? Yeah, I try to make my rounds. I try to make my rounds. So I'm actually going to pull three cards for you. And one of the reasons why I already saw one of them. So the second card you have here is the Sun card. Okay, so really quick, whenever this card comes out, I always bring the attention of a few things. For you, Keelat Lamu, I want you to do some research on sunflowers. I want you to look up the symbology of sunflowers, and I want you to get a few different sources. And the reason why is because the sources is going to fuel the horses, meaning that when you understand the symbology of the sunflower, it's going to fuel your next leg of your journey. Okay. My collab Friday is at 11. Okay, that's what's up. So the sun card. Um, the sun card is about you healing, you hitting the reset button on your life, and you projecting the energy that you want. Now the problem is that we we do healing to a certain degree, but sometimes there still be lingering mental germs, right? And so what the right horse represents is purity, right? All that good stuff. But the baby also represents purity too, right? When you a baby that age, what do you care about? Eat, sleeping, and having fun. Okay, so my thing is that I want you to take things light. All right. I don't want you to be too heavy in your thoughts, unless you're looking for a solution to a problem. Besides that, I want you to be carefree and not in an unhealthy way, but I want you to be carefree and joyful and jovial. You know, I love the word jovial. And so whenever you get time alone, I want you to work on the sunflowers. I want you to work on the symbology of the sunflowers and incorporating it into your life. Okay, that's the reason why I got four of them, two on each side. Because remember, the number four in tarot represents stability. Think four legs on the table. All right, two represents duality. Two times four, I mean, two doubled is four, and that represents stability. All right. So the third and final card that I'm going to pull for you in your current energy is going to be the Five of Swords. Okay, so this is an area of contention. So altogether, we have 13 swords. 1 plus 3 equals 4. All right, so there goes that 44 energy. All right, so much like the Five of Swords, much like the Eight of Swords, the five do represents the mental prowess of a person. But here, this represents some sort of combativeness, some sort of fight, some sort of conflict. This could be internal or external. Oh, we. But what I'm seeing here is that you see how the two swords are pointing one way and the other pointing the other way. This represents an exchange, whether it was an exchange of words or whatever. This represents an exchange. Eight of Swords could be anxiety, restrictions, one that's self-inflicted. Thank you for that confirmation, madam. Um, so what I'm seeing here is that okay, let me zoom out real quick. So again, the five represents conflict, loss, arguments, fights, etc. And the swords represents the air element. So this could be that you could be tossing, I think is the word, between two different beliefs, cognitive dissonance. You could also want something, but like think like, no, maybe I shouldn't do it, or maybe I can't do it. But this also could be interpersonal between people where there could be an exchange of words. All right. So I don't know if it's this something to look out for, or maybe this is something that we ushering out or confirmation that is over. But zooming out, and if I can look at all three of these cards, what I see here for you, at least for the current energy right now, is that there's room for growth, right? um and you want the growth, but there's still aspects of you, whether it's a habit, whether it's a person, whether there's something, but there's something that's holding you back. It could be sadness, it could be whatever, but it's internal, right? When we dealing with the swords energy, we dealing with internal energy. All right. And so what I see here is that your next level, like your graduation, your prosperity, whatever it is, it could even indicate a marriage, right? Because the sun card can indicate a marriage. Um, but whatever it is that you're looking forward to, um, there's a barrier that you have to overcome before you fully step into this new you. All right, there's still more work to do. And I know people don't like hearing that, but it's the truth. All right. Now, there's always new stuff to heal from, but there's also different thresholds that we go through the healing process. So understanding all of that stuff is very important. So so I think the catalyst to really getting through this is going to be mental. I don't think that we get the sun card in between the two sword cards for no reason. I really think it's going to be mental. And again, when you're dealing with the five of swords, this is contentional energy, if that's the right word. This is arguments, this is fights, this is disagreeable energy when you're dealing with the five. All right, so I'm gonna pull maybe one or two cards out for best course of action. And while I shuffle these cards, I'm gonna meditate on these cards and see if there's anything else that I can pull for you, because I do feel like I'm missing something between the transition between the Sun card and the Five of Swords. Um, Mental stability, maybe because of the Four of Swords. When we get 5 plus 8 equals 13, right? Am I right on that, or is it 14? 5 plus 8, no, 5 plus 8 equals 13. So 5 plus 8 is 13. 1 plus 3 is 4. So that's mental stability. That's rest and relaxation. That's the meditation card. That's a meditation card. All right. So again, just a quick recap. Uh, Sun card is here for you. So success, happiness, possibly even success in a relationship is here. But I believe you have a perspective or a stance on something that's directly being a blockage for you. I see you standing your ground. Oh, and you get another. Okay. Uh, so you got the Nine of Swords and the Ten of Cups as best course of action. Ooh, the waters just got muddy. KP, how you gonna pull this one off? Okay, so first thing first, I want to follow the theme of the swords. So this is confirmation that uh what we dealing with is indeed mental. So that means that if you've been stressed out lately, or if there's something else coming up in the future, it's going to be you. Whether you're just going to have to be the bigger person, whether you're going to have to agree to disagree, whatever it is, you're going to have to relieve yourself of some pressure. Oh, that sounds freaky. you're gonna have to relieve yourself of some pressure. All right, there's no other way I can say it. All right, so the Nine of Swords is here to say that we need to be looking for fulfillment and on the mental plane. Okay, so typically when the Nine of Swords come up in this upright position, it represents a person that's in a situation or a circumstance to where um, their mind, the mental static and chatter is so loud that they can't sleep, right? They worrying, they anxious, and it's getting so bad that as soon as they close their eyes, they have a vision of their worst nightmare. All right. So I'm gonna come back to that in a second because I feel like that is going to set up this next card, right? So nightmare. All right. So from nightmares to dreams. Wait, is the chat froze? Am I tripping? All right, so best course of action is nightmare to dreams. So actually, what I want you to do is try to move from your head space to your heart space. All right, now I got an episode of my podcast that talk about brain heart coherence, and I want you to check that out. Um, and the reason why is I feel like it's going to help you on this best course of action. So I think that we've been stuck in the past still. And the reason why I say that is because the Nine of Swords is one of those worry cards. It's one of those cards that says that I've been thinking about something so much that now I've created a monster. I fed the beast and now I created a monster. And so whether you're in disbelief about something, whether you're in shock about something, whatever the case is, we need to keep our mind focused on this Ten of Swords energy. Whenever we have time to ourselves and we contemplate negative stuff too much, we're going to manifest negative stuff. So I want you to consciously focus on the potential of life, what things could look like, right? What would life look like if I had the cars, the clothes, the hoes, right? What would life look like for you if you could do whatever it is you wanted to do? If you had unlimited resources, if you didn't have to worry about some of the things that held you back in the past. I really feel like this is important because um, everybody has the tendency to get too headstrong or too head high or whatever, especially when we under stress. So being able to tap into optimism is very key during stressful situations because stressful situations is when you manifest the best. So if you manifest the best during stressful situations and you stay locked into negative energy, then you're going to do nothing but get more negative energy because your perspective ain't going to allow you to see anything else but negative energy. For example, I always tell people if you're upset, don't listen to sad music, right? It's okay to listen to a song or two to express how you feel, but after that, you need to get into some party music, some dancing music. And the reason why is because the longer you stay sitting in that energy, the more the neural synapses is going to grow. And so that means that not only you're going to see the world from that perspective, but you're only going to you want magnetize the things that you really want because your resonant frequency isn't matching the things that you want. All right, I don't know no other way to say that. So that could be some good game for everybody listening. All right, so oh, we that sleep coming down. So is that do you have any questions, comments, concerns about this so far, Keelat Lumu? Going to throw your gang signs up if that's what you want. Faded, intoxicated. What's up? Everybody that went to sleep on me? Tarot is very thorough. Why you say that, champ? It do, but it also leaves out a lot of detail too, to be honest with you. Well, I'm not going to change your perspective of hard truths because it can be hard truths for some, but man, if we can find a way to just look at this stuff as just stuff to do, because I know for me, right, whenever I go through stuff, especially in the past, whenever I would go through stuff, I would be like, oh, this is just another reason why I can't be normal, or this is that. You know what I'm saying? And now I look at problems as to do lists. And it's just like, if I got to heal this, if I got to stop saying this or stop doing this, this is just something to do. You know what I'm saying? Because once it come down to necessities, it can't be no emotions. It can't be no personal bias, no personal opinions. Yeah, I could talk a lot per card too. Um, my question to you is that what oracle card is you using? Because you got to be if you using oracle cards and then tarot to clarify, then you got to have some pretty decent some pretty decently light oracle cards. Because I got some oracle cards that man, see, I need to get into some oracle cards like this one, word like this one, because it don't require no textbook. No, you know what I'm saying? All right, Jackie. I don't know if you was interested in the reading, but if not, that's fine. I just want to thank you for raising the property value around here. To be honest with you, but yeah, uh, I'm about to put this. Sorry, but free readings are now closed. Please donate to reciprocate via description. All right, I'm about to get me a little bit of smoky smoke on the nightcap and be done. That's what's up. I appreciate it. Yes, it is. You know what that mean, right? That mean you the one.com. That mean you the one triple time. All right, Jackson Hewitt, hit me up, big dog. All right, y'all. So before you go, I just want to say it's been an honor and a pleasure to be of service to you all, and I wouldn't rather be nowhere else but right here, right now, doing what I'm doing. Chill. So if you know what I'm about to say it with me. Peace, love, health, and wealth. Anything else, put it back on the shelf. Why? Because I ain't buying that shit. And you better not buy that shit either. Peace. I love you. Bye bye.